Meet 24-year-old Rondell Smith, a young man who has all things Anegada running through his veins. He is one among the small group of youths who loves the sea as if their lives depend on it.
I grew up diving, fishing, and I had a deep, profound love for just the otherworldly aspect of being underwater.
I've known Rondell for many years now. We've worked together in the ocean, and he's come out on expeditions with us, whether it's whale research, sharks, boats. I've helped him, he's helped me. He's a great young man. He has incredible potential, and what he's able to do and show the world how valuable Anegada is, and the very reason why we need to protect it.
And it is where his love for photography started.
My first camera was a GoPro, and I started with underwater photos.
May 13, 2025 marks the dawn of a new era for this young man from the island of Anegada here in the Virgin Islands. As Creative Waves secured their first established hub, they launched out with a 1-month display and sale of pieces of Rondell's photography.
So I first got to know Rondell and his work probably about 18 months ago, and dove into his incredible catalogue of artworks that he had on his Facebook, and I was just stunned. I thought they were just amazing, and then we got talking and I realised that not only is he an amazing photographer, but he also has this amazing knowledge about all things to do with the natural world, and I just thought those things combined in this day and age, in the land we live in, I think that's just a really powerful force. I also just think that she's someone I'd love to work with. We got on well. We've been talking about this for a while, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
We considered this in a couple of, I showed you other buildings. We've always known it was going to happen, but it's just been a long time coming. But yeah, I couldn't be happier to have someone like Rondell to do this with on the early stages of the Arts Hub.
Okay, so art's for sale today.
Yes, everything is for sale. The exhibition is on till the end of the month. We have amazing different ways of having things framed or mounted or put on acrylic or on foam, so there really is something for everybody. The prices are incredibly favourable for new collectors, which is the whole idea, because I really want people to believe that they can come and buy a piece of art and support a local artist and start a culture of patronage. I think there's just a lot to be said for that, and it's something I've enjoyed doing for many years, and I think others will too. So please do come down and see if there's anything you like. I'm sure it would be wonderful if you could support us and Rondell, of course, by doing so.
That's Sophie Stanton, whose cheeks are frozen with broad smiles, having established the Creative Waves Art Hub. And from the amount of persons who came rushing in, it's very clear that opening up with Rondell's work has been something persons were eagerly waiting for.
It truly is an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to support this young talent. He is a person who I've talked to for a while now. This ain't no new thing. And I've encouraged him. When I first saw his work, I wanted to meet him, and I went to Anegada, which is a place I love. And it is truly uplifting to know that a place like Anegada has a person like Rondell, I know his family, so I can talk about him, who is going to keep a beautiful place photographed in a beautiful way. I encourage you, I support you, and I'm going to buy something because talk is cheap. And God bless you. Continue, soldier on, soldier on. All right, I mean that.
How do you feel to see his pieces opening up Creative Waves Hub?
How do I feel to see his pieces? Listen, I wish that I had his youth and his time, all right? Because the things he does, I remember he told a story once, if I'm wrong, correct me, of him lying 4 hours to take a picture. At my age, 4 hours, I couldn't get back up. Yeah, so I'm saying, God bless him. When you're young, you can do that sort of thing, and it works out. I try that, I wouldn't be able to get back up. So it is an honor for me to even come here and support his future. He's only scratched the surface of where he's going in life, all right? And one day, you're gonna be able to say, Kathy interviewed Rondell Smith, and I'm gonna say, I knew him when, all right? I knew him when. Thank you. I mean that. I don't say nothing I don't mean. Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, I've been teasing him. Well, not really teasing him, but encouraging him that he needs to produce a coffee table book. But I know that that's very expensive. But somebody needs to help him get this coffee table book published. So we have a real beautiful sit down anywhere and flick through and see his work. Yeah.
I just like that you can see, how vibrant the mangrove is, but also with the sunset. You normally wouldn't see that level of detail with this beautiful skylight. So that's really amazing.
Which one do you like?
What is your favorite?
What's your favorite?
I don't know. It's between this one right here or the jellyfish one in the back.
The jellyfish one is really cool. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
No, he's amazing.
I'm blown away by the work that he's able to create. The art is incredible. He has an incredible eye. His knowledge of Anegada is, I've never met anyone with a knowledge of all the animals, the reef system, the land itself. He's an incredible young man and an asset to the BVI. I'm blown away.
Awesome. Oh, thank you. Great. You seem to be captivated in this corner here. You want to tell me what has your interest?
Yeah, of course there are birds which are from here, so they are here. Located is very beautiful. He's very talented. I really like it. It's amazing.
Which is your favorite?
My favorite is that sunset in Anegada, but I like lovebirds as well, so everything is beautiful.
Oh, so, well, I was just telling him thank you for sharing his gift with us, and this is amazing, and he asked me which one is my favorite, so I'm like, oh. But then we were kind of just looking and really trying to pick, because all of them are just this amazing insight into a world that we don't see all the time, or if we see it, we're too far away and we're too busy, we're too distracted to really pay that much attention to it. So you really just take us there.
That's exactly the perspective I wanted my audience to get, So I know that I'm doing a good job with my photographs.
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much.
Real inspiration.
This man was the first to get there for the opening, and it did not miss my keen eyes how stuck he was on one of the pieces. I had to find out why, and it was so interesting that I had to get him on record with the man of the hour. I noticed you spending quite some time at this particular piece of art. Tell me what's happening with you there.
Yeah, I appreciate this one specifically because I can relate. I'm a stargazer, and the silhouette of stars that's displayed here, along with the top of the trees with the lighting, it really gives us a real, very quiet and peaceful ambience. And whoever gets this piece, it's gonna probably bring peace and that kind of essence to whichever room they might place this painting, this photograph in.
I'm thinking that person might be you.
It just might. It just might.
Tell me about you and the history of you in stargazing.
Oh well, I'm an artist by heart. I also do I do paintings and sculptures. My name is people know me as Sim, and I have two telescopes at home. Always situated in the porch towards the north and towards the northwest. And if I'm not looking at stars, I'm looking at satellites and all of the activity that's happening, because a lot goes on between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. That's my favorite time of the night, or the morning, I should say.
I find that so amusing.
It is. It's a really nice, quiet time.
When did you discover your passion for stargazing?
It was around 2007. That's when I got my first telescope. Yeah, I used to sit by the roadside in Caribbean and look at Yasvanek. And then I was out one evening waiting for the moon. And then away from the moon, there's so much more to see, especially when it comes to the stars. So yeah, it's very interesting. Just take your time to look up when it gets dark. There's a lot of life out in the night skies. It is, yeah.
You think you're extraterrestrial stuff happening out there?
I mean, we haven't been that far. I can't say I know of any extraterrestrial evidence. I don't know either, but I know there's a God out there. That's one thing for sure. And this helps me to appreciate that everything that we see here is created and not just happen on a whim of a thought, especially how it's positioned. So, I mean, I guess that's where it came from.
Okay.
How you doing, Rondell?
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. I would say amazing job on your captivity and in this amazing piece here. Yeah. I don't know where the location is, but I see you mentioned you'd like to be under that specific tree.
Yeah, so all of these photos were taken at Anegada.
Oh, nice.
That's where I live.
Right.
And this specific tree, so there's a specific trail that I hike when I'm going to do birding.
Right.
I took almost all of these photos out on that trail. And
I'm seeing a pattern, yeah.
yeah, so I always come back and I pass this tree, and when I'm coming back, it's like late in the evening.
Yeah.
I sit under that tree, and it's such a photogenic tree,
Yes.
It's like the branch comes up to me, and then a perfect tree. I sit under it every day.
I think I would too. A question: where's this lighting coming from on the top?
Lighting on the top.
Yeah, because I realized it's nighttime, but the top of the leaves, I can see more color in the top of the leaves. I don't know where it's reflecting from, but it does add a lot of character to it.
Was in the background.
Oh wow!
But it wasn't a full moon.
Yeah.
But the camera picks
the
up all of the
natural
light.
lighting. Yeah. That is amazing. That is amazing. It is.
You stargaze?
Pardon?
You stargaze?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes. Like-minded. Yeah, it's really beautiful. And what I appreciate too is the your angle. So like you came down to the ground level to get that nice perspective. That is nice. That is really nice.
So one of the things that I tell myself is that you can see beauty in everything,
Yes.
It all just comes down to perspective. So like even an ant or like a tree you see every day, or a little bush or something, everything is beautiful. You just have to look at it from a different angle.
Yes.
Maybe you need a macro lens to appreciate the beauty of a little insect or something, but I think that it's all perspective. And if you're able to achieve that perspective and see the beauty, I'm able to do it. And like the fact that I'm able to take these pictures and show people my perspective, and hopefully get them to see the world the same way that I do through my photographs.
Excellent job. Excellent job.
Thank you.
That's really nice.
Thank you so
Impressive work. Impressive work, man. Impressive.
Remember the story behind that one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I came from taking photos that day. I was at one of the salt ponds. I didn't get any good photos. So I sat there, just enjoying my solitude. The sun set, and the stars started to come out, and I noticed that there weren't much clouds in the sky. Unfortunately for me, I had my wide angle lens. So I just sat there. I waited till it got a little bit darker so all of the stars would be out there and evident. And I just took the chance and took advantage to get the shot.
Amazing.
Had to turn the day into something,
Yeah.
At least you have a fan.
I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of stuck here, Because there's so much to look at. There is so much to look at. Not saying the others don't, but this is what catches me.
And the thing that kind of is unique about Anegada in this shot, you can tell it's from Anegada. All of these rocks are limestone.
Yeah. And
so I try to kind of use it to tell a story,
Yeah, because I really like the natural color of the rocks.
It kind of makes you feel like you're on another planet.
Yeah. It's like if some of the stars rain down. This is where the rest of them, just stay, and while the others are there. But yeah, you caught those stars off guard. No, off guard. I would say on guard because they're shining. They're doing the thing. Yeah, I like it. Keep it up. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, for that one-on-one with the young artist.
Hi, Rondell. Good afternoon. And first, I must say congratulations to you on this big accomplishment. You're opening up this art hub here for Creative Waves. What does that mean to you?
Thank you so much, Kathy, first and foremost. Secondly, I am extremely grateful and honored to have this opportunity and showcase my work. Not only my work, but our local wildlife, most importantly, because I think we overlook the wild animals, the birds, the trees, the insects, even the insects that we have in the BVI. Growing up, I always used to watch Nat Geo, BBC Earth, those kind of documentaries, and like those kind of films, they make you want to do something, make you want to save the world, But at the same time, it felt far from home, And growing up in the BVI, growing up on Anegada, the more older I got and the more time I spent in nature, I realized that it's not that far away, And that's basically the goal of my photography, is to show people that, because I know where I started and how I started, how I, at first, how I viewed wildlife in the BVI, and where I am now. I hope to plant that seed in the people, And when I take pictures, like this one, for example, you can see the intimate, it's intimate. It's all very intimate moments for me. Like, I feel like if we all just take the time, sit down in nature, and let nature teach you a lesson, And I feel like through my photographs, I kind of get people to go out there and learn those lessons from nature. And this art hub, the art gallery, is the perfect starting point. I feel like it carries out the mission, that I want to achieve. And I feel like Sophie Creative Waves, she did an amazing job in the gallery. And yeah.
We notice with your photography, you have a special connection with birds. Tell us about that.
Birds, I feel like they have the most character, Unlike fishes, for example, they don't have eyelids, they can't close their eyes, you can't really see much emotion. I'm not saying that they don't have emotion, but they do. But birds, I find like they're the most curious. And normally, like on a day-to-day basis, they're wild animals. So when you initially encounter one, their first instinct is fear. So what I do is I try to be present in their environment, allow them to do their thing as best as I could, let them be comfortable with me. And when they're comfortable with you, then you get these intimate moments, and I try to immortalize that and show people that.
Okay. You remember when you got your very first camera, and what was the very first professional photo that you would have taken?
My first camera was a GoPro. And I started with underwater photos. Mm-hmm. That's what sparked my passion into the outdoors, was underwater, because Anegada is surrounded by water. That's our livelihood, I grew up diving, fishing, and I had a deep, profound love for just the otherworldly aspect of being underwater. And I wanted to share that with, people, my friends. I wanted to take videos and show them like, yo, this is what we have. This is like right off the beach, And it just kind of grew from there.
And that's how you were able to make that comparison of life under the sea as opposed to life on land, and who has eyelids and who don't.
Absolutely.
Nice. What it is that you would want to say to other artists who probably just do their pieces and not necessarily share it with the world?
First and foremost, I find myself in that boat sometimes. I feel like some of my photos aren't that good, but you never know until you try, Even as of recently, I was in kind of a creative burnout. I felt like my shots were kind of getting repetitive. I feel like people were tired of seeing birds, tired of seeing stars, that sort of stuff. But this art show showed me otherwise,
What's your favorite piece in here today?
It's very hard for me to choose, it feels unfair to just choose one, but it would have to be that flamingo portrait over there.
Let's talk about Flamingo and you, because Flamingo has a very special part of the life in Anegada, right?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like the flamingos are Anegada's national bird.
Yes. So she's your beauty.
Oh, yeah.
You remember the day you took this photo and how you got it?
Very vividly.
Tell me about it. You can go up closer to her.
On this day, I dressed up in layers of camouflage, what we call a ghillie suit. Put on a ghillie suit. I got out there before the sun rose, so it was still dark, so that they won't see me on my approach. When I got close enough, I went on the ground, fully prone, with the camera, wrapped up in camouflage tape as well. And I kind of military crawled right next to the edge of the pond, right behind this mangrove. I positioned myself, and as the sun rose, the birds came closer to the shore, because I know that's where they normally perch and where they normally rest. And I stayed there for probably 5 hours, laid down on the ground, until the sun got too hot and I slowly crawled back out. But during that 5 hours, I watched these birds undisturbed, undisturbed, their natural self, their natural behavior, full of character, how each individual was individuals, But people see flamingos, they see them as birds, or as a flock of birds. They're individuals. They all have different individual characteristics. Some are more serious, some are playful, some are aggressive. This is one of the photos I took that day, one of the most memorable photos, one of the most beautiful photos that I took that day. And I probably have like 200 photos of this exact same bird. This is just one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. Nice. All right, thank you so much and congratulations on this showpiece today. I'm betting that all of these pieces are going to go today.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
All right.
A feel-good story, reassuring the people of these Virgin Islands that yes, there are so many good things going on for and among the youths of this territory. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this very special feature here on JTV. I'm Kathy Richards.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.